Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Okay, what are you saying, people, and welcome back to another live stream. Hope everyone is doing good. Welcome. Hope everyone's doing good. So yeah, guys, hope everyone had a good weekend, ready for the new week, and ready to get some nice trades going. And what is up? Good morning, Much as always. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Misty, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. AK, what is up? Morning. Zesty, what is up? Adis, what is up? Hope you're doing good. Rabdi, good morning. I hope you're well. Excellent trading at pound SD. Much appreciate, my friend. Yeah, I'm doing good. Hope you are good as well. So yeah, we do have some interesting I mean, we just had some news. Let me actually go quickly and have a look at the old economic calendar. But yeah, we did have some news this morning. Quite a few markets were moving like crazy. So yeah, we did have some pound news and we had some euro news as well, kind of back to back. So yeah, the market has been a little bit fragile this morning. We do have some more CAD news coming out later as well at 1:30. So yeah, CAD news, and we do have some dollar news as well at 3 p.m. Again, that's UK time. 2:45 actually PMI, and then we've got existing home sales at 3. So there is still news to come today, so I'm expecting still a little bit more activity from the markets. Again, nothing too crazy on the lower time frame. Sure, we've been wicking around. As you can see, this is Euro USD spiking up, spiking down. If you go through quite a few pairs, obviously Euro Pound's probably the talk of the town at the moment right now. Huge meltdown to the downside and still looking quite bearish as well. You know, big slip there between Euro strength and Pound strength, and the market just took a huge dive this morning. A lot of, you know, choppy price action, and Sunday news comes in, boom, now the market's back down underneath. But we did get some signs that the Euro Pound wasn't looking too good. You know, I was speaking on this level a lot last week and on my weekly analysis as well. I said if we can get back above this level, buys would look good. However, the market actually got back underneath and started rejecting quite heavily. And obviously the news did the rest there. But not really a trade that I was actually interested in. I'm only interested in going long for Euro Pound. However, now if we take out those lows, you know, we might actually be looking to sell off. So Euro Pound's on my watch list, to be fair, but it's just interesting to see how big of a move that is. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing good. So yeah, I've just exited most of my positions on Pound NZD, which was my trade that I was holding from last week coming into this week. I have closed 90% coming into this level. Again, my original plan was just to close everything coming into that resistance level at 1.93. However, based on the weekly candle closure, we had a really nice weekly candle closure, which looks like we finally could be breaking out of this mess. You know, consolidation, wicks to the upside, wicks to the downside. It looks like we finally could be breaking out of this with that lovely candle closure. So I'm expecting last week's momentum to sustain in the market and us to come back to this area here, which is around about that 1.96 zone that I'm after. So I'm looking for more upside for Pound NZD to come into these areas. Again, it's really hit my main target, so I'm not trying to be greedy and leave a lot on, so it's only 10%, which is quite small. But if that does push to these areas here, you know, that 10% could double quite well. So yeah, most of my positions off. Happy with the trade. Nice move to the upside again. Kept it simple. Nice, you know, nice bias there. Actually, I'll do a full breakdown on the trade in a separate video. But as of right now, I'm not in any positions. There's a few pairs I'm looking at. USD CAD looks quite good. Not quite at my zone just yet. I'm looking for push into this level or this level underneath. As you can see, we're kind of just dancing just above the level. So I'm hoping we can just come down a little bit further, give me some nice price action and some entries. Now look to go long, but yeah, I'm still pretty bullish on USD CAD, looking for more upside. Lovely break of structure here to the upside, clearing out those highs. I did say my weekly analysis, if you haven't checked it out, link in the description to it. Not link in the description, go check out my channel. There's not a link in the description to it. So yeah, USD CAD, I said I wasn't a fan of this level for the buys. Not that it could not work, you know, it could still work. Let me actually make this a little bit brighter. So yeah, not that it won't work. We could see the market successfully retest this level and push up, but it's just a very, very shallow breakout. I want price to push a little bit further than that before I deem it to be a high probability break and retest. So yeah, with USD CAD, this is my area of interest. Not quite there yet, just dancing on top of it. So I'm hoping we could probably take out these lows here. Nice little push into that level and then give the big move to the upside. So yeah, USD CAD is probably the top of the watch list for me. JPY pairs still need to retrace. And yeah, some other dollar pairs still a little bit corrective. But what pairs are you guys looking at? Let me go through the old chat. Elmi, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Good afternoon. Anus long, Nasdaq 12222, target 1233. Okay, we'll go take a look at that. I haven't really been looking at the indices, to be honest, so we'll go take a look. See, Kajien, Elmi, no problem. Fred, good morning. Hope you're doing good. USD CAD as well. So yeah, USD CAD, like I said, I'm looking for longs in this one. We had a crazy move to the downside. Obviously, the market a little bit excited this morning. As you can see, price was looking quite bullish. So when I woke up, price was trading around here. It was looking quite bullish, debating have I missed the trade, but price has come back down. So now it's retesting this support level. Hopefully we can push a little bit lower. Thank you so much, Bulletlow, for subscribing. Much appreciated. So yeah, I'm hoping USD CAD can come down a little bit more. Right now, still respecting this support, but I am looking around the 1.344 area to go long. So definitely bullish buys for USD CADs, and targets for this guy will be back up at these areas here for USD CAD. So yeah, just waiting on some good long opportunities. Let me know what you're looking for as well. But so yeah, CAD Yen, Nasdaq, we'll take a look. Dylan, what is up? Morning. Well done on the trade. Much appreciated. 200 pips, nice man. I mean, something like that. I mean, pound NSD has a lot of pips, to be fair. So my stop loss was, I can't remember my stop loss size. It was like maybe like 60, 70 pips. Yeah, it was around 60-ish. So yeah, targeting to there, probably around 200, just a little bit over 200 pips. So yeah, just a little bit over 200 pips on pound NSD. But again, it's all relative to the stop loss. The bigger stop loss I have, I will have bigger targets because I need to get my risk to reward, set right. But yeah, decent 200 pips there on pound NSD. I'm still looking for more upside as well. So I'm still currently in the position. Only got a small amount to run. So around the 1.96 area, which is like 400 pips into this area over there. So yeah, around another 200 pips to go to that target. But again, I'm not really fussed if we get there or not. Really achieved my goal here. So if the market decides it wants to come back down again, so be it. If it continues up, fantastic. Okay, so let me go take a look at CAD Yen. I'll take a look at Nasdaq first, then move on to CAD Yen. Okay, so Anis, you said you're long on this one from 12 to 2, bunch of twos in there. 12 to 2, 2, 2. Okay, so I would assume you're long at this support level, because that's what I'm seeing 12 to 2 from, around here-ish. So you're long from 12 to 2, target 12 to 3, 3. 12 to 3, 3. Okay, so I assume you're talking about this area here, ish. And stop loss 12 to 2. So around here-ish. Okay. Excuse me, my voice is a little bit croaky. Okay, so I assume you're buying from this level of support, so obviously that does make sense. I did say last week that buys from here could look good if you do get some nice price action. Did see a brief bounce, and now the market's coming back down there again. So thank you so much. Wow, yeah, I'm not pronouncing that name because I definitely will do something crazy, but thank you so much for subscribing. So yeah, it's a decent level of support, 12 to 40, around about there. Obviously take that across, there was resistance there across as well. It's not bad, My only kind of issue with this one is the lower highs that we do have coming into this one. So although buys do look good, I'm not too sure how far they'll go. I mean, your target's pretty conservative, so it's a decent place to have it, to be fair. If you had a target up here, that will probably be question marks, but there is pretty safe, to be honest. And it's obviously a decent level of support. So yeah, I do like the opportunity. Do you enter on the 15-minute time frame? I think you said you enter the 15-minute now. So I would imagine maybe around after that candle there potentially. So yeah, it's not a bad opportunity. I like your target. It's conservative. This type of structure where we are starting to form these lower highs here. After these ones here, it's not the best for the bulls anymore. It was looking good, last week before. However, the bears are starting to struggle around the bulls are starting to struggle around 12,800. So yeah, conservative target. So far, the market is holding on to that support level. Hopefully, we can see some upside. So yeah, it's not a bad opportunity at all, and it's looking good there. And again, your entries right down at lows there at the extreme. So if the market was to break past this area, it's most likely because price actually wants to continue in a bearish trend anyway. So if that happens, you can flip up bias and start looking for shorts on the way down anyway. But I like your entries in the safe place, nice level as well, and a pretty conservative target there too. So looking pretty good. Hopefully we can see price push into that level for you. CAD Yen, we'll take a look as well. Okay, so CAD Yen's been a little bit annoying. I mean, all the yen pairs have been a little bit annoying. I'm looking for longs for these guys. This is my area. I'm focused on around 98,800. Looking for some longs down at that level. However, the market unfortunately doesn't look like it's going to retrace there yet. It could do later in the week. Things can change pretty quickly. As we've seen from the news this morning, we could just see it move to the downside and be more than happy to buy it back up again. But anything in around here, I'm not interested in for CAD Yen. I'm definitely bullish bias, 100%. We've got a clean break of structure here on the left. This was our lower high. You can see the market's broken through that. We've gone from making lower lows here. Now the market's making higher lows and also higher highs too. So it's a very, very nice textbook reversal that we've seen for CAD Yen, and all I'm looking to do is wait for that next higher low to form to start buying this guy back up again. And the area of interest I have with confluence, and it looks good, is definitely this level here around 98,850. So all I need to do really with CAD Yen is be patient and see if we can get that retracement. Price could do something like this, but at the end of the day, I'm not here to take advantage of every trade and every opportunity. I'm just here to wait for my turn, and my turn is definitely down here. So with CAD Yen, I need to be patient. On the low time frame, sure, there might be some pullbacks here because we are seeing some higher lows here. 1, 2, we could see a retest of this structure here. Maybe could be some good buys in the 15-minute chart. If that's what you're looking for, break and retest of that level, continue with this bullish structure. You've got some clear highs there we can push to as well. So around 866 looks like a good place to buy. Probably want to drop to the 30 or 15-minute chart just to maximize that risk to reward. But yeah, I'm definitely bullish bias in this one. Lower time frame is starting to shift bullish as well, so we've got a good chance of showing some continuation to the upside, back to highs, back to resistance. But yeah, for me on the full H, I'm waiting for that deeper pullback, so nothing to do just yet. But only interested in buys for now for CAD Yen. What's up, Sayox? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Welcome. Daily FX83. Hey Miko, what are you saying about AUSD? Thanks for everything. No problem, my friend. I'll take a look at AUSD in a second. Stacy, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Dylan, what was the news? We had some euro and pound news. Let me just see what they actually were. So we had pound PMI actually at 9:30. We had Euro PMI at 9 o'clock. This is UK time, by the way. And we had some German economic sentiment index. I have no idea what that is, but I think it's mostly due to the PMI for both Euro and Pound that we've had at 9 and 9:30. And then we've got CAD news later coming out today, inflation rate, and we got PMI for the dollar and existing home sales as well. So I'm expecting some more fireworks later today, 1:30 and 2:45 again UK time for that. So whatever that is in where you're staying. But yeah, it's not quite done yet. We do have some more fireworks coming out later, or should do at least. AUSD, we'll take a look. Amidu, what is up? Good morning. Hope you're doing good. I'm doing well as well. Thank you so much. Stacy, great start of the week, holding pound yen long. Pure manipulation earlier with pre-news, but a definite momentum to push higher. What's your thoughts? Yeah, I'm still pretty bullish with the yen pairs. I don't think there's a single yen pair actually yet. NZJPY, that one's a little bit hit and miss, but the rest of the yen pairs look pretty bullish for me. Quite a few of them are on my watch list, so I'll definitely take a look at GJ, gold as well. See a couple requests for that. Use JPY as well. Razvan will take a look, no problem. Dance with the Walls, no problem. Happy to help. From Phronesis. Hope I'm saying that right. Euro pound ready to buy. Yeah, Euro pound I'm not so keen to buy anymore. Coming into the week, I was talking about these higher lows. You know, the higher lows are still technically intact. You know, we still are seeing these higher lows, but I'm not liking the momentum we came back down from. This is not healthy price action. Very strong impulse up, corrective behavior back down, now impulse back down. This is not really good price action. That shows more upside potential. Sure, Euro pound could bounce at this area here. You know, this gave us a very strong move to the upside. We could see a bounce to the upside, something like this, but I'm expecting to see this happen later. You had a really new impulsive leg to the upside. The buyers were looking good here, but they failed to push price forward. We even failed to sustain price above there, and now the market's rejecting that back down again. And we've obviously broken through the trend line a long time ago as well. So for me, for Euro pound, I'm actually expecting more downside based on this price action here. So although yes, it is at a nice place to buy, I'm not expecting anything too crazy. So if you're going to buy, make sure you're a little bit conservative. Take a profit as you go up. You know, I'm not saying it's not a bad place to buy, but the price action here tells me that we're more likely to see more downside than upside. So I'd rather be looking for some sells. We haven't broken through structure just yet, so I'm still waiting for some lows to go and then look for the pullback to sell. But I'd rather be looking for sells than buys for Euro pound based on the 4H time frame. Anyway, so yeah, sure, keep an eye out for the buys there, but I don't expect them to go too far. Anyway, so I'll take a look at pound yen. So yeah, pound yen, gold, and USD JPY. Okay, so pound yen, like I said, yen pairs I'm still pretty bullish on. Huge push to the upside. Pound was quite strong. I saw a few pound pairs before I got live. I'm pretty sure all of them were extremely bullish. So pound yen pushing to the upside as well. This is another pair that I've been waiting for price to break through this resistance, and finally we've got that breakout. You know, it looks like it was news that was always going to be needed to break through this. But yeah, pound yen, we've been consistent with these higher lows here since quite a long time ago, as we can see with these higher lows. And now the market has printed a new higher high past all of these highs here. So again, when price was trading in this range, I said I was very neutral on pound yen, waiting for us to get a strong break, either to the downside or to the upside. Thank you so much, Kelvin, for subscribing. So I was waiting for a break either to the upside or to the downside before, you know, I picked a bias, so to speak, for pound yen. And now we've obviously breaking through some highs, consistent with those higher lows. So obviously I do favor more upside for pound yen. Looking for a push into this zone here, which is just around 164.500, 165. We had a very key level of support here, which broke with all of this momentum. No retest here, so there's a good chance the market is probably going to climb higher to go and retest that level. So with pound yen, I think you said you're in a buy for this one, looking pretty good. Well, I wonder where your target is for that one, or are you trading stops, or yeah, what's the plan for the trade? For me, myself, I'm definitely looking for pullbacks for pound yen. Originally, I was hoping price could retest this structure here. Obviously, it did not happen. Now price is pushing to the upside as well. So we could actually be seeing price starting to form potentially a deeper retracement back to some areas around here. If we can get a retest of this consolidation, I'll be more than happy to go along around 161.500 and pretty much a retest of this bigger structure there as well. But yeah, I'm not too sure. We might just continue to push. We'll have to find out, because other yen pairs are still looking pretty bullish as well. So yeah, I'm still waiting for the retracement for the yen pairs. Pretty much nothing's changed. But yeah, pound yen looking pretty good. I do favor 164.500, 165. A lovely breakout of that resistance with strong momentum. Just waiting for some retracement for the next high low to buy it back up. If you're ready in the trade, looking good. Where's your targets for it? I'm interested to find out. But yeah, pound yen looking pretty good. I'll take a look at gold. So gold was looking a little bit bearish. Yeah, gold's looking a little bit bearish as well. So again, for gold, I'm still waiting for 1800, 1810 for me to look for my buys. You know, I'm still fixated on this level down here. I'm not really interested in price action there anymore. It's just a little bit too corrective. Again, the shorts are still there on the low time frames. We're still seeing, you know, consecutive lower lows and lower highs, you know, in this market here. So it does make sense to be looking for the shorts, but on the 4H, I just won't get the risk reward that I'm after. So if you're looking at trading gold, shorts do look good, back down to 1800, 1810. I suppose if you were to come back and retest these highs up here, that would be a good place to do it. We could potentially retest some of these lower time frame structures and then bounce off, but I think your stop loss is much safer up here at these highs there, around 1845. But in terms of direction, I do expect more downside for gold. I'm looking at 1810, 1800, which is that big weekly and daily zone, which I think we could see some upside from. Again, we might not get anything crazy, but I do think we can get at least a bounce to the upside, maybe something like this. Maybe price comes back down again. That's very fine indeed. I can definitely get my 1 to 3, 1 to 4 from this level if we see something like that. So yeah, gold for me, I'm not interested in the sales, just a little bit too shallow. In terms of the dollar pairs, I think USD CAD does win it for me, and USD JPY as well. But yeah, in terms of bias and everything, looking for more downside. 1810 looks good, and 1800, and that's why I start monitoring for some longs. But yeah, if you are looking to get involved with gold, you do want to see some retracement. You know, this is the optimal place to find those shorts, and if you're not in there, you want price to retrace. So yeah, let me know what you guys are looking for on gold as well. Used JPY we'll take a look at next. Tyrese, what is up? Take on pound USD, we'll take a look, no problem. Raphael, what is up? I'm doing good, hope you are as well. AUSD, I did forget to take a look at that one, so I'll go over AUSD as well. Is the sell on pound USD still valid after the huge spike to the upside after this? Okay, we'll take a look at pound USD. Drop the likes for the advice, guys. Much appreciated, Dylan. Yeah, guys, if you are enjoying the content, please be sure to leave a like. It does really help out the channel, and subscribe. A bunch of people have subscribed so far, which is what I want to see. And yeah, hit the bell as well so you don't miss out on any streams or videos in the future. But yeah, USD JPY, pound USD, AUSD, we'll take a look. AUSD broke head and shoulder on 4H. Okay, we'll take a look. See. Richard, morning, welcome to the stream, hope you're doing good. Top 10, morning, hope you're doing good as well. Stacy, target, strong higher on that 8 hour, but trading stop. Okay, fair enough. Because again, some people will have the set target, some people just trail their stops and see how far it goes. You know, both are correct, both are following different kind of management strategies. Obviously for me, I like to set my targets, but you know, some people want to trail, some people want to do this and that. At the end of the day, as long as you're consistent, that's all that matters. Anyway, so then we go take a look at USD JPY. So yeah, so this one again still giving me lovely price action. I do like this one. You know, higher highs and higher lows. I just want to see some retracement for USD JPY, and it's pretty much the story of all the JPY pairs at this point, really. I just wanted to see some pullbacks. They're kind of correctively still pushing to the upside, so you probably get some nice joy in these guys in the low time frames, like 50-minute entries. You can see the consistent higher lows. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Price is still breaking through structure, respecting it as well. So on like the 50-minute time frame, you know, a buyer like here could do pretty well. But again, I don't really trade that low. So for me, I'm still waiting for the deeper pullback. Will we get it? I'm not too sure. We might not. You know, there'll be many opportunities that I miss just because price doesn't retrace to my level. So, you know, this could just be one of them. But yeah, I'm favoring price to come back to highs for USD JPY. From a 4H standpoint, I'm looking for us to return to this area here. You know, very key level of support and resistance. A lot of rejection here. Support, resistance, 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 resistance. Around 137, 137.5 is where I see this guy trading next. So I'm hoping for something like this, pull back down, retest 132.750, which will be this level here, then go long as well. I'll also keep an eye on this level here too, but yeah, I'm not too sure we'll get down there, even if that level as well. So yeah, looking for buys for USD JPY, pretty bullish on this one. Pretty much the same setup across a few yen pairs. I'll just be picking the best one out of the bunch. And yeah, looking to trade that one. But this is my analysis and my bias going forward for USD JPY. It's on my watch list as well if I just whip out the old TradingView profile. If you're not following me on TradingView, feel free to check me out. I do have a link in the description down below and to my Telegram page as well. But yeah, USD/JPY was one of the pairs coming into the week. You can see some lovely confluence building up around there. Just want to see price come and retest that. Unfortunately, we haven't seen it just yet. So I'm hoping we can see some downside. CHF/JPY as well, another yen pair, doing pretty much the same thing. Love the higher lows, looking for another push back down. Again, still kind of correctively pushing along. So it does mean that we could get that retracement, because the corrective behavior does mean that price is struggling to push forwards. So it does mean that buyers and sellers could step in and push price down. But we have to be patient and see. And CAD Yen as well, also looking at the buys, two areas of interest for myself. But yeah, nothing there quite just yet. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at Pound USD and AUD USD next. Your entry 161.285, 161.285. Whereabouts is that? 161.285. Okay, that's right down here. So okay, so you got in before the news. Nice, looking very, very good there. News came very well in your favor. But yeah, looking good. So hopefully that can run away for you. Ojo was up, Pound USD, Jake C, Wickless 1H around a val of the impulse on gold under GP also. Nice for, yeah, I have no clue what you're saying there, mate. Under the GP? I'm not sure what GP is. A couple of sexy longs in GJ. Oh, that's good to hear, man. Okay, so then we're going to take a look at Pound USD and AUD USD. Okay, so yeah, Pound USD, crazy push to the upside. Obviously, it did a good job of taking people trading in the consolidation. If you had stops below the consolidation, you definitely got done. And same if you had stops above the consolidation, you got done there as well. So that's another big reason why I don't like trading ranges as well, because you are kind of prone to that. And there's no kind of real momentum anyway. You want to trade with momentum. So that's why breakouts are good, because the momentum has now picked its direction of where it wants to go, most likely. And then you can look to follow that momentum, wherever it's going. But yeah, Pound USD hasn't changed too much. Again, Pound USD is fairly corrective, so it's definitely not the best trending pair in the world. This kind of can be considered like a range, kind of within a range almost. So Pound USD for me is not really a pair that I'm too focused on at the moment. Momentum is a little bit hit and miss. Yes, we had a really nice big double top pattern here. Price failing to make some new highs. But since then, it has been fairly corrective. I mean, we did get this really lovely impulse, but since then we haven't really shown much promise since then. So Pound USD, I still favor lower high to develop, but it's nothing that is too exciting for me or has too much confluence enough for me to start considering looking to trade it. I do favor more downside still for Pound USD, so even despite this bullish move here, it doesn't really change too much. It just means we might pull up a little bit higher first before we roll over. But if you look at the grand scheme of things, if you look at this candle here and you kind of look at it into comparison of what we've just done over the past few weeks, the candle alone doesn't really change anything. It's almost irrelevant. So, don't be too caught up on price action from news. Sure, it might look quite big. Thank you so much, SL, for subscribing. Sure, it might be a big candle, but if it hasn't broken through any significant structure, and it's just trading within a range that's already been trading in, which is, from this prior lower high to this low, all we're seeing is this corrective behavior here happen again. So we could do something like this and then eventually drop it to the downside again, giving us another lower high somewhere. So Pound USD is still favorable downside. I'll be a little bit patient. Obviously, after the back of that bullish move there, we might, push on a little bit higher to the upside. But in terms of what I expect structure to do, I still expect a lower high to form. Of course, nothing is 100%, but probability still lies with the bears for me for this one. So I'll still be expecting more downside. Like I said, it's not the best dollar pair out there. I much prefer USD CAD, hence why it's on my watch list. If we come a little bit further down, I'll be more than happy to start looking for some longs for this guy. Whereas Pound USD, yeah, it's just a little bit and still favors shorts, but not enough for me to actually start looking for trades. AUSD, I'll take a look at that one as well. So another dollar pair, going through quite a lot of dollar pairs this morning. So AUSD, I still favor more downside for this one. Again, I was talking about on my weekly analysis. If you haven't checked it out, feel free to go and do so. So my channel, most recent video there. But yeah, I said for AUSD that we've had a big range here, a big range. The market broke to the downside. I was actually hoping that this breakout here could be a bit more forceful, and then we could look for the pullbacks and short it back down again after that. However, price crept back inside the range, so I'm not really too interested with AUSD either. Sure, we are making these lower lows and lower highs here. You know, we've got a high up there, lower low, lower high, lower low, and you know, this is sort of a big head and shoulder pattern, which is what I think top 10 has pointed out. What's going over here? There we go. So yeah, what top 10 have pointed out, this big head and shoulder pattern. So yeah, that does make sense, but you know, I want to see price start ripping to the downside, start giving some momentum like it did over here. You know, price technically is still above this area here, which is so-called the neckline of the pattern. You know, we've got the resistance there, support, 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 a bit of a fake out here. Now the market is back above that support level. So that doesn't interest me too much there for AUSD. You know, I still do have a bearish bias for this guy. It does look like this uptrend is starting to topple out right now, and we're starting to build up to the downside, which is what I do favor happening. But in terms of the structure, it's just a little bit corrective and not really see much momentum, and we're still trading above a very, very key level as well. So like I said, for my analysis on the weekend, I want to see price start breaking to the downside again, like it did over here, but more forcefully, you know, a bigger breakout. And then sure, I'll be more than happy to look for the pullbacks, retest the neckline, you know, all that good stuff, and look to short it back down again, probably get some nice confluence, you know, maybe a fib level as well. So the confluence does look good for AUSD, I do agree, but we need to start breaking to the downside, a lot more forcefully. And right now we're actually trading at the level as support. So not really interested in the AU until we do something like this, because we could actually do something like this if we can respect that support level. And I'm not really interested in looking to buy the pair at the moment. So yeah, this is what I've got for AUSD. I do like the head and shoulder pattern you pointed out there, but it hasn't really changed too much from what I'm looking for. I'm still looking at the market doing something like this, but here I'm not too interested. So yeah, in terms of bias and direction, favor more downside, but the sells on the full H at least. Sure, maybe the lower time frames, you're seeing some nice lower highs develop, but on the full H, for me, I'm not seeing the price action I am after just yet. So we'll have to be patient for that. But I do like the idea, 100%. Where am I? Faisal, what's up? Hey, thank you so much, Humphrey, for subscribing, much appreciated. Gold, I have one buy at 1840. This area can go, please update. Again, I'm not a fortune teller, so whether it is successful or not, you know, is not up to me. Yeah, have you got a stop loss for this trade, or you just entered it? Because, you know, if you got a stop loss for the trade, you know, the stop loss would define if the trade is successful or not. If you don't have a stop loss for the trade and you don't know what you're doing, then I'll just say get out of the trade. Because if you enter that 1840, so I assume you probably entered at this level of support here. It could be something else, but I'll assume it's that for now. And clearly it's broken. It's broken. So this is now the support level failed. Therefore, the trade idea has failed. Therefore, there is no trade idea anymore. Therefore, you want to get out of the trade because you know, if the lower high continues, there's a good chance we can get back down here, let alone this level here. So yeah, it's not looking good because we do have a bearish trend on our midst here. You know, there's nothing kind of bullish about gold right now. Consecutive lower lows and lower highs, so it's not like the trade is within the favor of the market structure. You know, it's against kind of all what gold is doing right now. So my biggest advice is just to get out the trade and take the loss. If you've got a stop loss somewhere that hasn't been hit yet, then let it run to your stop loss, because obviously that's what you deemed to be deemed to be the area of failure. If you place a stop loss in a certain place, so just wait for it to hit your stop loss. But if there's no stop loss, then get out of the trade. There's no point of just hoping and wishing. Pound AUD, we'll take a look next. Stavros, no problem. Kindly advising AUSD. So like I said, shorts look good for AUSD, but I need to see price break underneath that level, because right now it's actually using it as support. So there might be some potential short-term longs, but I'm definitely bearish on AU. So it's nothing that I would look to try and sneak a few buys in before sell. I'm strictly bearish for now until we start breaking through some highs. No problem, Razvan, happy to help. Raphael, I've got the exact same analysis on UCJPY. Nice, good to see, my man. Golden Pocket, oh okay, GP stands for Golden Pocket, I had no idea. Learn something new every day. Nicholas P, what is up? Thanks for pound NSD trade, no problem, happy to help, my friend. Tony Gold, as always. What is up? Hope you're doing good. JC, pound yen, stacking FEGs on lower time frame. No reason to expect lower yet. I'm looking up to 167 high of the impulse down. Yeah, I'm looking around 64, 500, 65, 165, sorry. So I'm definitely favoring more upside for pound yen. I'm just waiting for some retracement to get involved with this one. So I'm looking for price to come into these lows here. Potentially this low there as well. So that's 164.5, 165 is where I see price going for pound yen. Bunch of higher lows, higher highs, structures pointing to the upside. We finally snapped through this area here as well. So yeah, pound yen looks really good for me for some buys, but I just want to see some retracement for this guy, because we're looking extremely bullish here on the lower time frames. So if you're not already in the trade, you do want price to retrace. But if you're in the trade already, then yeah, looking really good for you. Hopefully we can see that momentum sustain. Captain was up. Adrian's D looks nice for buys. Okay, we'll take a look at Adrian's D. Lewis Bennett, I'm saying gold down. I agree with you, Lewis, as well. I'm looking around 1800. I'm looking around 1800, 1810 for some buys for gold. Again, I'm not looking to buy straight away when we get there. I'll monitor price action and wait for some evidence that actually we are getting some reversal, and then I'll start looking for some entries. But yeah, I'm not really interested in gold shorts, just a little bit too corrective, but I do favor more downside for now. Dance of the Walls, I accidentally hit this like button. Oh no. Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, you can take it back. Bitcoin, please. Okay, we'll take a look at Bitcoin, no problem. Euro Yen, CAD Yen, Euro Seat Chef. Okay, a bunch of pairs. Forex Fox, we'll take a look. So many hearts and roses, can't refuse. We'll take a look, but first let me go over pound AUD for Stavros. Okay, so pound AUD has been very choppy. It's just been consolidating. I did give out some analysis for this one last week, I'm pretty sure, but I just never got into a trade because it was just consolidating for the whole week pretty much. Nice motorbike outside. Okay, last week was, I was looking at this one. Price action was looking pretty good. Looking for price to come back into retest 1.7599. We're seeing quite sluggish bearish momentum here, so I'm expecting to go collect some more sellers for another bearish leg. Obviously, since then, the market's just been moving sideways. It's starting to come into that area right now, but the price action is definitely not looking as good as it was last week. So I'm not really too interested in shorting pound AUD anymore. It could bounce from that area. If I go back to the charts, it could bounce from that area, but I'm not too sure how far it will go, because now we've got all of this friction, all of this noise in our way, coming into this area. So sure, we do have some good confluence, up high around these areas, but shorting it down, we're coming straight back into this consolidation here, which could do something like this against us. So with pound AUD, I still have the short buys coming to that area. I do think we can get some nice short-term sells, but I don't think it's going to be anything as spectacular as what I was hoping last week. Push back down to these lows. I doubt we'll probably head there. We could do, of course, but we've got a lot of noise to break through, so it's going to have to be a very impulsive move for us to get down there. And quite frankly, there are better setups for me anyway elsewhere on different markets. So pound AUD for now, this is kind of where I'll look for if you are looking to trade this one for some shorts. Really nice bearish momentum in the market, low, lower, high. I mean, low, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. So looking to see if we can get another lower high coming to 1.76. But we do have this obstacle straight away. So could be some nice shorts there into this level here. Then you can probably look to bank some profit there, or just maybe exit the trade altogether. Or maybe potentially this level here as well. Up to you how you want to manage that and where you want to push it to. But yeah, pound AUD shorts at 1.76 look okay. But there's a lot of friction around us, so I'm not too sure how far we'll go with that push. But yeah, hopefully that made sense for that one. AGNSD will take a look now, moving to Bitcoin after as well. Lirian, CAD, Yen, Euroseat share for Forex Fox. UJ, USD looking really good. Yes, I do definitely agree with you there, Johnny. I'm looking to go long on USD CAD, hopefully get just a little bit more downside for USD CAD because it's almost at my area of interest. So I'm hoping we can see a little bit more downside before I start looking for my entries. But I agree with you. Lewis, Elliott wave down to 800 support, ideally been in since yesterday. Oh, okay. Okay, are you talking about this for the sells? So shorting it back down to 1800. Yeah, I mean, yesterday would have been a nice time to short gold, but obviously hindsight is doing a wonderful job, to pinpoint us that, because if price was pushing higher, we wouldn't be saying 18. Yesterday wouldn't look good for shorts. So yeah, hindsight is a wonderful thing in trading. But yeah, 1800 looks good, so that's kind of where my focus is at right now. I mean, price is definitely looking bearish there for gold with the lower lows and lower highs. So on the lower time frames, feel free to do your thing, but for me, I'll be waiting for 1800 down there. Hi Ice Brun, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. What's up? Anish bro, why you don't talk on your Telegram, on your Instagram reels? Why you don't talk on your Instagram reels about trading psychology, risk management, other things? People like the short-term form videos. You can grow your community like this. No, potentially. Again, I haven't really been putting too much of effort into my Instagram, to be fair. So yeah, that's definitely an idea, to be fair, because at the moment, I do a lot of the short form reels on like analysis, which is quite easy to make because all I do is just analyze the pair, put it on speed, add some music, and then post it out. So it's just quite easy at the moment, quite frankly, which is the reason why I do it, and obviously keeps the Instagram engaged. But obviously I could do more of those, content as well, get little subtitles out. It's just more effort as well, to be fair. I got a lot going on at the moment, so growing my Instagram is not very important to me right now. Maybe some further time in the year, I'll focus more on growing my Instagram. But yeah, it's not really at the top of my to-do list right now. But you're definitely right. Doing short form content like that, speaking about that is definitely what, I see other traders doing that and they do get quite a lot of views. So yeah, that's definitely something that I'll do in the future. But yeah, Instagram is not really my top of my priority right now. But maybe later in the year, I'll start dedicating some more hours to that. But at the moment, I just want to stay consistent and make sure I'm putting some content there every week before it dries up or anything. Anyway, okay, so AGNSD, you said? Yeah, AGNSD. And then I'll go through Bitcoin and a bunch of those pairs. So AGNSD, where are you? Last time I looked at this one, it was looking pretty bullish. So yeah, it was pretty bullish, snapping to the upside there. It's starting to struggle a little bit, coming back down. So with this one, I really like the structure. It's getting a little bit corrective now. So it's telling me that, okay, yeah, market's still bullish. But we may be coming up to some areas that the market wants to reverse. And yeah, we kind of are. If we go in the higher time frames, coming back to some key areas of resistance. Until structure breaks, I'm still bullish anyway. So If we start breaking through some lows, then cool. We can look for some lower highs to take it further to the downside. But right now, ADNZ is still pretty bullish. So I do favor more upside. If we could come back into this area here, connecting these high lows, could double bottom out into this area. I do think we can probably find a nice buy, maybe back into this level of resistance here, and then potentially back into highs there as well. So yeah, I do favor more upside for ADNZ. Thank you so much, Stanley. That was the easiest name to pronounce. Thank you so much, Stanley, for subscribing. So I do favor buys for ADNZ. I'm not too sure about the break and retest. It has had a quite an impulsive breakout, but I'm not liking the fact that we have come back and spiked into the high and rejected it so aggressively. You know, if we hadn't had that price action, then sure, the break and retest will look good. But it's the fact that we've already had the bounce from this level of support into that resistance and it's failed to hold, and we've come straight back down, which is not a good sign. It's kind of like prices has double topped here. So sure, we could get another bounce at here, but this has definitely got more probability of working out. You know, see another move back to that resistance and then maybe leave some to trickle into those highs. Does look pretty good. Something like this could look pretty good there for ADNZ. But yeah, we need to break down there first. So yeah, I'm still long bias. Not the biggest fan of this level anymore since we've already had a quite substantial rejection up at those highs. Let me just clean the chart for a second. So yeah, we've had a pretty aggressive reaction at those highs there. So I'd rather price comes down deeper now and retest this area. But we may get a bounce there. But yeah, that's the only area I would consider anyway. So yeah, hopefully that made sense there for ADNZ. And if we start breaking through some lows here, then yeah, like I said, we'll change that bias and look for some shorts. But at the moment, the highs and the higher highs are consistent, so we're looking to push that until it breaks. Okay, so Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has been quite crazy. Seeing a lot of bullish momentum for this one. Definitely have some FOMO going around at these highs up here, 110%. You know, if you look at the grand scheme of things for Bitcoin, nothing too much has really changed. You know, this is the first kind of, you know, sort of bigger up move for Bitcoin ever since we had the big collapse from 60, 68k, 69k. So yeah, this is the first up move. So for me, this is way too early to be looking for anything major for Bitcoin, and I still deem this just to be retracement for the market to come back down again. And like I said, two areas of importance. One area we're trading at right now, I'll go on the lower time frames for Bitcoin in a second, which is 24,500, 25k. And the second area is this 30k mark up here. You know, Bitcoin could break through this, see a push into that level, then give us the lower high to roll over. So this is kind of what I'm looking at for Bitcoin long term. It's the weekly time frame, so yeah, definitely long term. But yeah, on the daily and the lower time frames, we are still respecting this area quite well. You're seeing a nice build up of wicks over there. You know, a few people buying into this with the FOMO. So I do deem the next move most likely will be back to the downside for Bitcoin. I'm not too sure how far we can go. You know, it might be something like this and the Bitcoin snaps through. It could be something like this and Bitcoin just melts back down again. Again, we're not really fortune tellers here. We're just looking for probabilistic moves. And so far, we're definitely in an area of resistance, which the market's had in numerous attempts trying to break through, but failing to do so. So I do favor shorts for Bitcoin. You know, around this area here, safe stop loss above. We may get one more push just to fake people out, and then the market falls back down again. If we do get something like that, that'll be a very nice trade. If we get something like this, a fake move to the upside, get back underneath the level, retest it. You know, the shorts on that retest will be very, very good probability. But yeah, we could start heading back up again. So yeah, for Bitcoin, still trading resistance around 24,500, 25k. Still favor more downsides, but I will be keeping an eye on 30, 31k because that is still a big, big level which could attract Bitcoin for some sellers to kick back down again later on. So we'll be keeping an eye out for that. But yeah, for now, Bitcoin still favor some shorts back down again. Let me know what you're looking at for Bitcoin as well. Euro Yen, CAD JPY, Euro CHF, we'll take a look. Use JPY as well. King City, what's up? Hope you're doing good. Lewis, for IC market, what chart do you use on TradingView? I find a lot of them are off by a fair bit compared to my MT4 IC markets. I use FX. I use FXCM. Some I use Rwanda, but it's mainly FXCM. FXCM I find is the closest to IC markets. But yeah, the key thing, if you're going to trade a broker which is not on TradingView, you know, you can do analysis on TradingView because it's just so much better. But always go to MT4 and check the charts of your broker that you're using. So not just IC markets, whatever broker you're using. You know, check the charts so that the analysis doesn't have to line up spot on. The candles might be a little bit different. The wicks might be a little bit different. But the more or less is basically doing the same thing. And then you can take your trade. So don't just blindly do your analysis on one pair and then just enter it straight away on the different broker. Because like I said, different broker could look a little bit different. So if your broker's not on TradingView, make sure you go over the price action that is represented by your broker as well. I mean, normally they're going to do the exact same thing. If AJPY is going to break to the upside on one broker, it's most likely going to do the exact same thing across all brokers. It might look a little bit different, maybe candle size, wick size, but the timing of everything will be more or less the same across all brokers, because obviously basically showing the same thing, but spreads will be different, times a little bit different as well. So yeah, just go over the price action on IC markets before you enter a trade. But FXCM is what I use. Gold, I use Rwanda. Okay, let me go through some of these pairs now. Euro yen, CAD yen. Okay, so Euro yen breaking to the upside. I'm looking for some pullback. Oh, big wick to the upside for this one. Huge wick there. Okay, that's obviously because of the Euro news, I believe. Big push to the upside. Euro weakness came in. Big pullback back down. Okay, so yeah, Euro yen's looking good for some retracement now after that big wick, because we've had a really nice impulsive leg to the upside, but since then the market's been quite corrective, as we can all see. And now we've had a very kind of climatic move to the upside there, you know, taking out these highs here, grabbing liquidity. You know, now is a good time for the market to start heading back down again for Euro yen. So I do actually expect some more upside for Euro yen. I do love the higher lows here, as we can see, 1, 2, and 3. We've obviously broken through this key level of resistance here as well, breaking through those highs. So I'm personally looking at pullbacks, you know, down to some of these areas for Euro yen. This area would be very nice indeed, but I'm not too sure the market would pull back that much. Could do, but I'm not too sure if we will. Obviously, you can see it lines up quite nicely with the 0.618 there just underneath it. So yeah, Euro yen, more upside I'm expecting for this one. Yen pairs pretty bullish apart from NZD-JPY at the moment. These are my two levels of interest, 142.329 and also 141.587. So we'll be keeping an eye on these areas here for some longs. But yeah, expecting more upside. You know, targets back at this resistance here, very key area. Massive rejection, big meltdown to the downside. So coming to around 145.500 will probably be around the targets, or we can just keep it simple and just back to resistance really. But yeah, Euro yen for me looks pretty bullish. So just waiting for some retracement. Hopefully that liquidity there, move to the upside, could actually give us the retracement we want, and then we can look to buy it back up again. But so far in this price action anyway, there's nothing to do in terms of my trading anyway. Very messy over there. CAD yen, looking at something similar as well. Again, this one's definitely on the watch list. That's the area I'm focused on, 98.750 around there, looking for some longs, hoping to get a retest of that level. Price is looking quite bullish. I did pinpoint this lower time frame level there on the 50-minute. We might retrace, snap into that level there, and then push to the upside. So on the lower time frames, this could prove to be a nice little trade, but for me on the full H, I'm only focused on that as well. So it's just up to CAD yen. Will we retrace? I'm not too sure. We might not. We might do. We might only have the 50-minute retrace. We might have the bigger retrace. You know, it's completely up to CAD yen at this point. But I'm definitely bullish and targeting these highs up here around 100, 500, 101. So yeah, that's the plan for CAD yen. Euro CHF will take a look. USD as well. CAD CHF will take a look as well. Instagram sucks. Most love to Yanus. USD Pitol Sock. Hope I'm saying that right. Love your work. Thank you for sharing. No problem. Thank you for coming onto the stream. Again, guys, if you are enjoying the content, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe as well. It really does help out the channel. And check out my Telegram if you haven't joined it down below. I post my trades, watch list, videos I create there as well. So make sure you do go and check it out if you want to. Okay, so Euro CHF, USD coming up next. CAD CHF, we'll take a look at that one too. Vincent, what is up? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing good, my friends. AD will take a look, no problem. It's Art, what is up? Please, how do you manage risk doing 1 to 3 risk reward, when to break even, how much parcels to take, and when, please? Again, it depends on your trading, depends on your strategy, depends on your results as well. You know, I've definitely played around with my trading, you know, and it's just about finding what works best for you. So my biggest advice to you would be experiment. Go and back test your strategy using different management tools, trading stops, taking profit at 1R, go and break even at 1R, you know, 2R. You know, I've kind of done so many different ways to test managing my trades. So far, thank you so much, Iman, for subscribing. Emin? Yeah, I'm definitely saying that wrong, but thank you so much for subscribing. So yeah, the best kind of, thank you so much, Aziz, as well, for subscribing. The best kind of way I've figured out so far for my trading and my results is taking profit around 1.5R. It's definitely based on structure as well, so it could be 1.2 sometimes or 1.7, but around 1.5R is a good place for me to start going break even and taking partials, because it gives me enough room where, you know, I'm not going break even too early and getting stopped out break even too much and then seeing profit going run in my favor. But it's also, I'm going break even quick enough where I'm not, you know, seeing good profit and then price just reverses and I suddenly take a unnecessary loss on my account. So 1.5R is looking like a good soft spot for me. And when I take profit, when it hits my first target is when I go break even, and I just let the rest run either to hit my break even or hit my final target, which is around 3-4R, is kind of my soft spot as well for my TPs. Amount of partials you can take, you know, that's depending on your strategy as well. You know, 50% is a good size to work with. You know, if you're not taking so many winners, you know, if you think about it, if you're taking a lot of winning trades, then you probably want to take small partials, like 20-25%. If you're not taking so many winners and you're seeing get a lot of break evens, then probably look at 50-60% on your partials. Because you know, if someone's taking a lot of wins, to capitalize on that further, you know, don't take so much partials if you're getting a lot of TPs. If you're not getting a lot of TPs and you're seeing a lot of trades where you enter a trade like so, say price is going in your favor, goes halfway and it comes back down against you, then instead of taking small partials, you know, take 50-60%, you know, halfway, and that means you can slowly build your account further if you're not seeing a lot of TPs. So it's just based on your results, really, how to capitalize on it best. Thank you so much, Chris, for subscribing. So my biggest advice is understand your results from back testing, definitely from live testing. Live testing is where you want to get your results from, but at least get it from back testing. And then yeah, see what works best for you, because what works best for me might not do that for you too, to maximize your gains. So that's what I do, but my biggest advice is definitely to experiment. I think that if Instagram community grows, that of YouTube will follow. Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's probably easier to grow on Instagram than it is on YouTube as well. At least from my opinion anyway. I think YouTube is much harder because a lot more production is needed and it's a lot more effort as well to create a whole YouTube video than create a small 10-second reel as well. So yeah, I definitely will be looking to invest a lot more time into Instagram, but like I said, that's not my focus right now. Late in the year, in a few months, I'll probably focus a lot more of my time on Instagram. Probably try and do like a reel a day or something like that. But it's not my focus right now. But you're definitely right in this though. The content that you suggested will probably get a little bit more traction. Thank you so much, Misha, for subscribing. Okay, so Euroseat Chef, use JPY, we'll take a look, ADCAD 2. AVAX, we'll take a look. Hope I answer your question there, Itar. Can you look at, I'll take a look at East JPY as well, Pound USD, then what's the screwed up faces about? Okay, you said the question 3 times now, and I've already answered it. Pound USD, we'll take a look as well. Okay, first let me go look at Euroseat Chef, and then I'll take a look at East JPY. Okay, so Euroseat Chef, this one is looking bearish. I do have a bearish bias for this guy. Based on the higher time frames, if you look at the weekly here, we do have a lovely bearish trend here in our midst, and I do expect to see more downside. This here is looking like a big fake move to the upside, clearing out these highs here, big push, testing some structure. I do think momentum snap back in, and we could be seeing something like this happen, potentially back down to these lows. Good chance we'll probably come to these lows anyway. So I do expect more downside for Euroseat Chef. Last week, I did actually have this pair on my watch list. I was hoping for a retest of this structure here. It never quite happened. We came very close, missed it by a few pips, and now we're seeing some downside. So with Euroseat Chef, right now, we've kind of got a consolidation here. So I think your best bet is just waiting for a good breakout and a retest of that and looking to short. This is kind of like our first target based on the weekly time frame. So we're kind of expecting something like this to happen, retest, and then continuation. This would have been nice up there, but I think that ship has sailed. So with Euroseat Chef, we'll come into some support. I do expect it to break. I do have a bearish bias for this one. You can see on the lower time frames now, we're starting to snap through support, consistent lower highs there too. So I'm expecting this pattern to continue, some more lower highs and some more continuation to the downside. So sure, Euroseat Chef is at support. We can probably see a bounce at this level here, but I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy. I think there's a lot more momentum and a lot more downside, to come rather than upside. I could be wrong, of course, but I've just got to look at probabilities, looking at the higher time frames, looking at the full H. I definitely do prefer the sell. So if you get something like this, a nice break and retest of that area, I do think sales could look pretty good. Looking just to continue that momentum to the downside. And and look for another stab. We got 0.972. At best, we could probably come back to these lows here. So we can just look to take 2-3 trades on the way down. We don't have to look for the home run all the way here. This target here is a pretty good low to start eyeing up on some pullbacks. So this is kind of what I'm looking at for Euroseat Chef. A lot of work to do. We've got to break through the support level first, and then I'll start considering looking to short this one. But right now we're kind of a little bit sideways. This price action's very corrective here, so it's lacking some momentum. If you can break through, cool, we'll look for the pullbacks. But right now, stay patient. Okay, so I'll take a look at use the JPY next. Bunch of requests for that one, so I'll take a look at use the JPY. Have I missed out a pair? If I've missed out a pair, let me know in the chat. I probably have. So if I have missed out a pair, let me know in the chat below. Just drop it down again. CAD Seat Chef. Okay, so I'll take a look at CAD Seat Chef. Use JPY. AVAX. Pound USD, we'll take a look as well, no problem too. Okay, so CAD Swiss. CAD Swiss I have not really been eyeing up at all over the past few weeks, and for good reason, because what is this price action? That's horrendous. yeah, price for me is just consolidating. It's just consolidating. So there's nothing for me to do. And like I said, I'm not really a range bound trader. I'm not a range bound trader. I trade trends, and there's nothing trending about this. Sure, on the higher time frames we are trending here, but this structure is a pain to trade. So for me, I'm waiting for either one or two things to happen. Price to start clearing out some lows. Simply this is kind of what happened with pound yen. I'm waiting for price to start clearing out some lows here, and then I'll look to trade that pullback there to the downside, or start taking out some highs, and then we'll wait for price to give us that pullback and then push it to the upside. So, these are the trades I'm after for CAD CHF. Anything in here is not what I'm after at all. It's just very, very difficult to trade. You've got a high chance of just getting wicked out and taken out of a necessary stop loss here, just because your stop loss is not in a really good place. So yeah, I want to see some structure getting broken to the downside or to the upside, and then we can look to take advantage of that next wave. Up or down, doesn't really matter. We're traders, not investors. We can go both ways. So yeah, CAD CHF, if I had to pick a direction, I'll definitely favor more downside, because obviously the trend is still down. But I have to see which way structure goes. If you can start breaking through these lows, fantastic. Next low high, maybe a retest of some levels somewhere. Cool, look to short it. And same with the upside. A retest of some level somewhere, we'll look to buy it back up. But right now, you just got a range-bound market. If you want to buy low and sell high, fair enough. But I recommend waiting to see some structure breaking first, and then we can get involved. USD/JPY, like I said, for this one, still pretty bullish on it. Looking for some retracement to one of these two areas. This is where the higher lows have got a good probability of placing, around 133, 131, 750. This is where I'm looking to go long. I did say there might be some lower time frame buys here. Had a nice little retest of that level. We could see price push back to that resistance up here. Again, I'm not really too interested in the lower time frames. It's a bit more of a 15-minute, kind of trades, and I don't really trade lower than the hourly. So yeah, USD/JPY bullish bias, expecting more upside for this one. 135 is kind of like the target. I'm hoping we can see more downside and start looking at 133 and 132, but it's completely up to USD/JPY if you're going to retrace there. How's USD/CAD looking? USD/CAD not doing too much. This is still the top of my watch list, by the way, so this is the main pair I'm looking at. So yeah, still want to see price kind of push down. We've got a lot of equal lows here with these wicks, and my levels just underneath. So that's actually a really good confluence. If you can spike through that aggressively, show some nice rejection, then I'll be expecting something like this to happen, and then that's when I'll look to place my entries, and then look to push the trade, back to highs, or even to my 4H target, which is up there at 1.362. So this is definitely the pick of the bunch for me, so I'll be keeping an eye out on USD/CADs. Quite a few other pairs I've got my eye on, but they need a lot of retracement before they start looking perky again. But yeah, USD/CAD looking pretty good. So yeah, I just wanted to see how it was doing. Okay, so AVAX, we'll take a look. Okay, so what is going on over there? Okay, that's a lot better. That was just dots everywhere. Okay, so for this one, let me just zoom out, see what's happening on the higher time frame, just to get a bit of context. Okay, so interesting. So you're starting to bottom out a little bit. A nice push to the upside, but it's nothing too crazy. We haven't broken through any major structure, so we well could do something like this next. Again, this is the weekly time frame, so then we start dropping lower. Okay, so the 4H right now, we've got a bunch of consolidation really, and it's not looking too good, but the next move I will probably expect is a move back down again. We are coming to some key support here. As you can see, a lot of rejection around these parts. We've taken out some of these minor lower highs here on the left, so I do favor price to now start snapping to the downside, and obviously you have quite a corrective move here as well. A very strong impulsive breakout, but a very corrective continuation, which is not a good sign, and normally means the market's going to fall over at some point, and this is a good place to do it at. whip out the old Fibonacci, we are coming to that 0.618, 0.786 area there too. So I do favor shorts for this one. As to where for entries, I'll probably wait for a third stab to the upside. You can see you have one stab, second stab, so you can get a third one. We've got some equal highs here, so it's probably not the best place to put your stop loss there, especially when we still are creating some higher lows. So wait for a third stab to the upside, and then up around here could be a good place to start putting, looking for some entries, and then yeah, looking for a move back down again. And I got there's a good chance we'll probably start clearing out these lows and come deeper as well, because again, higher time frames are still pretty bearish, and again, this big bullish move and this big bullish move hasn't broken any significant structure. We have taken out this low here, this high here, but this high never created any new lows anyway. So yeah, I do favor more downside for this one, as right now it's approaching a very, very nice area where I do think we can start to sell off. So keep an eye out for this one, depending on what type of style you're trading, day trading or swing trading. If you're day trading, probably want to be a little bit more patient, but because right now it's just consolidating. But if you can get that third stab to the upside around 1.01, I do think there could be some nice sells shortly after. So I hope that made sense. Pound USD, we'll take a look at that. Vendon, what's going on with pound USD? Your emojis look like they're upset. Okay, gold, we'll take a look. Kunjal, no problem. What about selling pound yen, forming bearish flag on the 4H? Yeah, I'm definitely bullish on pound yen. I'll go take a look at it, but I'm definitely bullish on pound yen. Okay, so Amidu, what is up? May you check out Euro USD. I don't think we've actually had a look at Euro USD, have we? I don't think we have actually looked at Euro USD. But yeah, we'll go take a look, of course. Though this price action is horrendous low. Yeah, it is gapping up everywhere, as you would expect. So yeah, it's definitely nothing I've traded. This is definitely the first time I'm looking at a market like this. Not a market like this, but this particular market. But of course, price action is universal, so it's the same thing as I'll do on any chart. But yeah, it's nothing that I've traded before. Okay, so GU. Okay, we'll take a look at pound USD. So yeah, I'm not really a fan of pound USD, to be honest. Yeah, I still do have a bearish bias, but I'm not a big fan. Price is finding support here. You see the wicks building up. It's also finding resistance around there. This bearish momentum didn't really push through much. If we had a nice bearish close breaking through this low and this low, that would be nice. Follow that momentum back down, but we never really had that. So pound USD, sure, I do have a bearish bias. Reason being, structure is bearish, so that's where my bias comes from. But just because I have a bearish bias or there's bearish structure doesn't mean I have to trade it. I'm looking for quality, definitely over quantity. You haven't checked out my market behavior video, make sure you go and check that out. That does talk about finding good structures and monitoring behavior and what key pointers you want to focus on when you are picking your trades. Because again, you can pick the same trade with the same confluence, trend line, support, resistance, supply and demand, whatever you use to take your trades. But the structures and the markets you choose and when you look to take your trades is very, very important. Because if you keep trading bad structures, then obviously you're going to get bad results. If you're picking very, very precise structures that fit criteria, that look good momentum, liquidity, good highs and higher lows, clean structure, then obviously you're going to get much better results, even trading the exact same strategy, pullbacks, support, resistance, but your choice of trades is much better. So with me, pound USD isn't quite doing it. We still haven't taken out this key low. This is what kind of validates the head and shoulder. This is what kind of validates the double top pattern, because obviously you've got the double top up here, but price could still push through and just eradicate that double top anyway. So I still want to see a break of this low first. We haven't quite got that. And like I said, price is still quite corrected now ever since that big bearish move. So personally, I'm not a fan of pound USD. And we may push back into 1.22 again and see a reaction there. But it's nothing that's going to warrant me looking to to get into any trades at the moment. USD CAD and USD JPY are still the best dollar pairs for me at the moment. Okay, so hopefully that made sense for pound USD. Euro USD, we'll take a look. Gold, we'll take a look as well. Take a look at pound yen for Sachin as well. No, probably Tony Gold, just taking notes. Love to see it. ADCAD, I did forget about that one. My bad. Yeah, we'll take a look at ADCAD too. Do you take trades on live stream? If I do get a trade on live stream, I will take it. I don't normally take trades during this time between 10 and 12. This is kind of like the crossover between London to New York session. Most of my trades are either in London or in New York. So this is kind of the reason why I stream during these times. So I'm more concentrated when I am taking my trades. But sometimes a trade does come up during the stream, and I will take it if it does meet my criteria. I think I did take a trade on live stream maybe a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, most of my trades are during London or New York. Miko, I was looking at your description of the currency pair that you have looked at. Can't remember for a while. And when you looked, you were like, yes, that's horrendous. yeah. The price action was horrendous. Yeah, again, I do like making jokes on the currency pairs and markets and stuff. Keeps me sane when I'm looking at all this price action. Okay, so I just did pound USD. I'll take a look at gold next. A few requests for gold. So gold, yeah, I'm still bearish bias for gold, looking at more downside for this one. Again, I'm not really interested in the shorts. I'm more waiting for the longs down here. Very key level, 1810, 1800. So this is where I'm waiting for gold to come into before I start looking to trade it again. Main reason because this bearish move is just very corrective. So although it could look good on the low time frames, 4H, nothing quite there. I've said that about 20 times now. So yeah, gold, I'm still expecting more downside. If you're looking to short this one, these are the kind of the areas that do look good. Obviously, this is where price was respecting yesterday. We could come up there again and then fall over. And obviously, you can get a nice little stop loss, pretty safe above those highs. This level here is a little bit more aggressive, but again, gold might not push back to those highs, so we could see something like this and then the rollover. So 1838 could be the area that does push, does send price back down again. But if I was looking at trading it, I'll probably just focus my attention at those highs there. But yeah, for now, for gold, I'm only waiting for the buys down here. I'll see if we can get a nice break of structure, some higher lows, and then I'll look to go long. But at the moment, still expecting more downside back down to 1810 and then 1800. So if you're looking trading gold, focus on the pullbacks. Probably get some nice shorts soon enough with this. ADCAD, I did say I'll look at that one a while ago, so I'll go over that one next. Then I'll take a look at pound yen, euro USD as well. So yeah, ADCAD was on my watch list last week, I believe. I didn't get to the trade because we actually had some news at that time, and I wasn't even on the charts either as well. So ADCAD, where are you? So yeah, ADCAD bearish bias clearly. You know, we've had the break of structure not too long ago. Lovely bearish move breaking structure, and obviously we've got the consistent lower highs 1, 2, 3, and since then we've got a couple more. So I'm still looking at the market coming back down to this low down here. This low comes here. So I'm still looking at around 1.906 for ADCAD, but we have created this floor here, which I haven't liked so much. As you can see, support, so respect the support level, and now it looks like we're coming back down to test it again. So the main setup I was focused on for ADCAD was the break and retest of this low here, which we didn't quite see last week. We were trading around here. I said, okay, it looks like we're getting the breakout now. Price is reversed and came straight back on the straight back above, which is why it's important to wait for good impulsive breaks with a good amount of distance between the level and the breakout. You know, these breakouts are very shallow, and they have a higher probability, I should say, a higher probability of being a fake out. So yeah, I'm waiting for AUD CAD to go and break through this, and then I'll look for my next lower high and hopefully a retest of that structure and then get the shorts in. Right now, price is coming back into the support level. We could look to dance again and see some more upside. So with AUD CAD, we're kind of just consolidating here. We could snap bullish, we could snap bearish. It's up to AUD CAD at that point. Because of the lower highs and the lower lows where we are creating, I do have a bearish bias. And like I said, I'm looking for us to come back down here. But I'm not willing to trade it into that support. I would have to wait for the breakout first, and then I'll look to follow it to the downside. So yeah, that's the plan for AUD CAD. But at the moment, we'll come to test some support. You might see some brief buying opportunities, but I do favor this support level to eventually break and come a lot lower. So that's what I'm staying patient for right now. Okay, so where are we? Pound yen. I'll take a look at pound yen and then Euro USD as well. So hopefully that makes sense for AUD CAD. That's what I'm looking at. Lower time frames, I'm not too interested, but we can see the consistent lower highs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I really do like the structure. Just that we do have this a little bit of annoying support level there. So hopefully that can break. And I actually do think AUD CAD could be trading back down at these lows. So I do think there's a lot of downside left for AUD CAD. So I'm not too bothered, trying to get an entry up here, between here and there. If my analysis serves me correctly, I can definitely find one, if not two trades. Thank you so much, Samoon, for subscribing. I can definitely find one or two trades, between here and there on some random pullback. So not too bothered to try and get up right there into that support level. Like I said, we could potentially break up. So I'm waiting for that support level to break, and we'll see what we can get. But yeah, onto pound yen. So pound yen, you're looking at some sells. Yeah, I'm definitely looking at buys for pound yen. I'm not interested in sells whatsoever. Okay, I understand what you're talking about. This is kind of like the impulsive move, and then this is sort of the correction for another impulse, which could happen. Shorts around 164, 500, 165, in this area could look good for that. So if you are looking to short pound yen, this could be the zone to do that, which does make sense, but I'll probably wait for structure to break to the downside first. So at the moment, we are consistent with these higher highs and higher lows. So if you can push into that area and give us, nice little break of structure, then sure, I'll look to hop into one of those sells on the pullbacks. But right now we've got a bullish structure, which I'm keen to buy it into that level. And then sure, if we do some type of reversal, then I'll look to catch lower high somewhere, then short it back down again. So yeah, the idea you had does 100% make sense. This is a clear impulsive leg. But yeah, right now we do have this bullish structure, and higher time frames, are still pretty bullish for pound yen as well, despite the momentum we've seen over the past month or two. So yeah, if something like this happens, I'll look to short it, but only after all that structure has reversed. For now, I'm focused on buys, if we can get pullback, of course, into that 164, 500, 165 zone. Euro USD up next. So yeah, Euro USD we haven't actually talked about yet, I don't think. Yeah, because I haven't done any drawings on it, so clearly we haven't. So yeah, Euro USD. Like I said for my weekly analysis, again, if you haven't gone and checked that out, feel free to go and do so. It's the most recent video on my channel. But I said that it looks like we are finally breaking out of this. Let me just set that back. Looks like we are finally breaking out of this channel here. As you can see, the higher highs, higher lows. And it looks like the market's failing to hold this level of support as this level of resistance as support, and starting to break underneath it. So for me, for Euro USD, I do expect us to break lower, but I just haven't liked the breakout. Look how corrected that breakout is. Not really something that I want to follow. Although my head is telling me Euro USD most likely will break lower. I start coming back to these lows because we've had this very big climatic move there to the upside. I'm expecting that to be a next major lower high. I'm expecting, this overall bearish trend to kick back in soon and see something like this. So my head is telling me that Euro USD has a good chance of heading lower. But in terms of price action and the structure we're seeing, I'm not getting the criteria. I'm not getting sufficient price action that meets my criteria for me to actually stick on some trades. So I'm being patient for Euro USD, and again, if my head is right and we are starting to roll over to these lows and to these lows here and to these areas here, then I don't really have to find a trade up there. You know, like I said with ADCAD as well, if price is going to start doing something like this, then I can just hop into a pullback somewhere. You know, it doesn't have to be up there, and still get my 1 to 3 and 1 to 4 somewhere. So I'm going to wait patiently for Euro USD, but yeah, this is just not a good breakout at all. It's very, very corrective. So I'm waiting for momentum to pick up, and I'll catch the next level high somewhere to short back down again. But yeah, expecting more downside. It looks like support's failing. We've broken out the trend line. We got these kind of corrective lower highs. So all I'm waiting for Euro USD is just momentum to pick up, like we did over here, and then I'll look for lower highs somewhere. But yeah, not a big fan. Hence, what I said, USD CAD is the best one for me. Okay, looks like USD CAD seen some downside. Nice. So hopefully you can come a little bit further down, retest that support level, and I'll look for entries. And if I do get an entry on USD CAD, I'll let you guys know in my Telegram. So feel free to go and subscribe to that, which is a link in the description. So yeah, hopefully that made sense. I think I've done the pairs there. Euro USD gold. If I've missed out your page, let me know. Hey Sergio. Miko, hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. Hope you are as well. I want to ask you about ADJPY short. We'll take a look. Jamail, which broker do you use? I use IC Markets. I actually have my affiliate link at the top of the chat if you want to use it, if you want to check out the broker. But yeah, I've been using IC Markets for about 3 to 4 years now, for quite a while. No real issues with them. Consistent broker. So yeah, IC Markets, I use them. Feel free to use my affiliate link if you want to. US 30, we'll take a look. Mohammed's analysis doesn't stop talking. My God, that's great. Much appreciate Mohammed. US 30, we'll take a look as well. Aiden's D, we'll take a look as well. Lewis, be careful with CAD though. CPI news now. Yes, we do have CAD. Thanks so much, Abdul Ali. So yeah, we do actually have some news coming out for CAD. What time? Yeah, 1:30. We do have some news, CPI, inflation. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens there for CAD. I'm looking at USD CAD, so I'm expecting that to be a direct impact. And then we actually have some dollar news after as well. So yeah, USD CAD could be hit today, which is not particularly what I'm after. Because it could may mean that I miss my trade. You know, we could see USD CAD spike down and then suddenly start flying, which means I don't get the entry that I'm after, or I just don't get an entry at all. So yeah, it's not the best sign to see where you got price trading right next to your zone, and then you've got news coming out in about an hour, because 9 times out of 10, if the zone's going to work anyway, price is going to react to that zone, and the news is what's going to send it going. Or the zone could fail, because I do actually have a second zone underneath here. So maybe we could push price into this level here, and then I look to buy it back up again, which, you know, means no difference to me. I'll still look for the exact same entries. Probably wouldn't be so aggressive for my target. I'll probably just keep it simple, you know, back to this resistance here. So yeah, nothing too much has changed apart from the target. Risk to reward fairly similar too. I may leave some to trickle there if things look good. But yeah, USD CAD is still on my watch list. But yeah, we got some CAD and dollar news, so I have no idea what that's going to do to USD CAD. We could plummet, we could rise. It's going to be interesting, very interesting. But yeah, we do have some news coming out in about an hour and 48 minutes. So if you are looking to trade any dollar or CAD pairs, make sure you're aware of that news. Look to take your profit before. If you're going to hold through the news, you know, at least make sure you're using appropriate risk management. Okay, so AJ Boy up next. Okay, so for ADJPY, another yen pair. I'm looking to buy the yen pairs. ADJPY, not so much. This one's a little bit more corrective. The other yen pairs has picked up a lot more momentum. You can see how inclined the price action is, how steep it is. It's a bit more aggressive with USJPY, CHF CAD yen, a lot more aggressive to the upside. Whereas ADJPY is a little bit more slanted. It's a bit more kind of 45 degrees type price action, which is not typically the best. Normally this type of price action does eventually lead to this. So although yes, we are making higher highs and higher lows, they're just other yen pairs that look a lot better. And like I said, NZJPY just looks rubbish really. This one's still consolidation for me, so I'm not looking at this one at all. But yeah, anyway, back to ADJPY. So I still favor more upside. Where is ADJPY? I've completely lost it. There we are. So yeah, I do favor more upside for this one. This level here looks fairly interesting. We've got these equal lows here that the market could look to go and spike through, retest some support just underneath us over here, and then get a nice push to the upside. You can see we do have these higher lows. We do have these higher lows here, and the market just about cleared the highs there to deem it a higher high. So something like this could be a nice little trade there for ADJPY. I'm not too sure how far it could go. It could run to the upside. I'm not too sure. So I'm looking at the higher time frames, and price action does look quite tired. So I wouldn't be surprised if we actually do roll over and have a bigger reversal. But yeah, my job's not to predict the future. Just trade with the structure until structure breaks. Then we look for the sells. So yeah, this is the area of confluence I've got mapped out for ADJPY around 91,500. If you can see a pullback into that area, it does look good for some longs. Obviously, we had a very impulsive breakthrough off this double bottom, really nice impulse, nice correction back down, retest the level, would look good. Right now, we're at some resistance, we're at the highs. I'm not bearish bias at all on this one. So sure, we could potentially come back down from these highs, but I'm not interested because it goes against structure. I'd rather wait patiently for the pullback and look to go long, and rather than look to sell a bullish market. So yeah, waiting for some pullbacks, hopefully get down to 91,600, 91,500, and then yeah, look for some longs to go back up again. But only looking for buys for ADJPY. So hopefully that made sense. US 30, ADSD will take a look as well. Dance with the Wolves, Miko, how do you deal with your training stress? Do you work out, play soccer? Well, yeah, I do go gym. I do work out as well. I do play a lot of chess. It's actually a recent habit I've got into. I'm still atrocious at chess, but I'm definitely learning my grips. But yeah, I mean, training stress is definitely a real thing. Whether you're making money or losing money. Of course, if you're losing money, the stress is definitely worse because you're not really seeing results. You're not really seeing reward for the stress. At least I can see reward for the stress, so it makes it a little bit more bearable. But the biggest thing I've got for dealing with trading stress is limit your time on the charts. Limit your time on the charts is so important. Make sure you set alerts. Understand the levels that you want to trade from, because the more time you spend on the charts, the more psycho you're going to get. 100%. Apart from these analysis that I do here on the stream during the week, the only time I'm really doing in-depth analysis like I'm doing right now is only on the weekend, and on the weekend the market's closed anyway, so it's not like I've got stress to place any trades. During the week, I'm basically just monitoring stuff. So I'm only spending like half an hour, 45 minutes max on the charts altogether throughout the day. So one of the biggest ways to deal with stress is limit the time of the charts. Whether you're a day trader, swing trader, whatever, just limit the time. Another thing to do another kind of brain activity. I feel like chess is a really good one because it's tactical and it takes away from the tactics of trading. So you're kind of thinking about something else completely and wholeheartedly. And yeah, working out and playing sports is good as well, because then you can actually aggressively relieve the tension from your body as well physically. But yeah, for me, taking time off the charts working out 100%. I haven't played football in a while. I do need to start back up and playing football again. But yeah, working out is definitely a good way to relieve that kind of physical stress. Good question though, definitely good question. Okay, so US 30, Adrian's D will take a look. Does anyone else on the stream play chess? I'm interested to find out. Okay, so US 30, yeah, US 30 was actually talking about this level a lot the past couple of weeks. And I said US 30 price action was trash, all of this was just rubbish. However, the buy down here does look decent because we had some good confluence. We had these high lows connecting, 1, 2, and 3. We also had a very, very key level running through the market here as well. As you can see, lovely level here, 33,500. Key support, key resistance, key support, key support. So I said, if you come back down to this area here, we do have good confluence and we're likely to see a bounce. Again, not too sure how far it could go. It didn't really go too far, to be honest. It only came around here. I did say we potentially could see a push back to resistance. It only came about a third of the way before prices back down there again. So with US 30, I do favor more upside, but the fact that we made that lower high does not sit quite well with me. This market is definitely tired. If you look at the market as a whole, this whole price action is consolidation, and the market's been trying to go bullish. It's been trying desperately to go bullish. You can see the big spikes to the upside, but the sellers are held firmly. The sellers are held firmly back at this high here, and now the market is still needs to come back down here to collect more buyers. So it's not a healthy market at all, and I would expect eventually this support and this trend line to break. We might get another bounce to the upside, but I do expect it to break and start actually heading back down again, just to relieve all the tension, because the market's really trying to go bullish now. We had a huge attempt here, another big attempt, a lot more mini attempts. We're just not breaking through this resistance. It's just not budging at all. So with US 30, I do feel like the bigger move for this guy is back south. Again, like I've been saying on the higher time frames as well, we're still not breaking through this resistance here yet. So if we do get that big sell-off, this is where I'm expecting it to go, which is a hell of a move, and probably further there too. You see the structure still printing lower highs. So I do expect US 30 to start ripping to the downside. But first, we've got this big obstacle here to break, and I'm expecting it to break. And if it does, yeah, the pullbacks will look good. Just wait for the pullbacks, and we can short this all the way back down to 28,800. But yeah, I'm not really interested in the buys anymore with US 30. It's a ranging market. It's trying to go bullish. It's had many attempts. It's failed to do so. Most likely, it's going to break south. So if you are really looking to get involved with US 30, you can probably find a short-term buy down here. I wouldn't hang on it too long. Max, I would probably trade it back to where we came from yesterday. Something like that. And then we might start breaking lower. So yeah, feel free what you're looking to do with US 30. There's some good buys there because we're still holding that structure. I'm just not expecting it to last. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so Aliens D will take a look as well. Silver Ignacio. Wow, I really like that name, Ignacio. I hope I'm saying it right. If I am, that's a really nice name. Aliens D, Silver, USD CAD. I've got about 10 minutes left of the stream, so any last minute pairs, just drop it in and I'll go through them quickly. Splash, did you look at pound yen? Yes, I did. I have a bullish bias for that guy. Only looking for buys. This one's still pushing here. Not sure if I'll get the retracement I'm after. But anyway, in terms of direction, I'm looking for us to return back to these areas here on the 4H. But I'm hoping for some pullbacks. I'm not too sure if we'll get it. Price is looking quite excited there after the news, and we could just see price push on to that highs there. But yeah, pound yen, definitely got a bullish bias. But yeah, Agent D, I did look at this one early in the stream, and I do favor the buys for this one. Like I said, I'm not liking the breaking retest of the highs anymore because we've already had a retest of the highs, which gave us this move to the upside here. But as you can see, it was a strong rejection and not a healthy one either. So It's already proved to me that price is trying to go bullish, but it respected the highs and double topped out. So I'm expecting to see a deeper retracement for AUD now, and back down to 1.09750 is now the next area of confidence for me. Lovely trend line, respecting that price on the low. If you can see some good rejection there, I do think we can get some good buys in, at least back into that resistance there. We might reverse later on, but if we can break through, we could push back to highs as well. So keep an eye out for that level. I think then it could take a day or two to get there, but buys I do really like. We are seeing some good higher highs and higher lows, and if you can break through structure, aka this low here, that's when I'll start looking for my sells and reversals. But we've got a long way to go before that happens. Okay, so AUD done. Silver, USD CAD, will take a look. Swing traders are so chill. I mean, swing trades. We've got time to wait. I mean, I'm doing a lot of waiting with my trading, to be honest. A lot of it just setting alerts and just waiting for stuff. Same with day traders too. But I suppose you got like specific time periods where you trade, like London session or New York. So yeah, you do what you have to do then you leave. Okay, so where it is USD CAD, USD CAD, silver first, then USD CAD. Okay, silver. So silver's similar to gold. Last time I had a look at silver, which is over there. So yeah, silver is similar to gold in terms of we had a really nice, lovely, impulsive, break to the downside. Really good NFP price action. However, since then the market's been hella corrective. So I haven't really been finding any trades that I'm after. I did post some analysis for this one maybe 2-3 weeks ago. Looking for the retest of that level. Unfortunately, you just never really got it. Thank you so much, Ankit, for subscribing. Love to see it. So yeah, I did post some analysis on silver quite a while ago. Have I gone past it? Might have gone past it. Yeah, definitely have gone past it. Yeah, silver. So I did post some analysis on silver a while ago, looking for the retest of those two levels, and these levels had good probability of being respected. Really lovely move to the upside. We had this big fake out move there, taking out those highs, and since then all the momentum came through. So if you did get the retracement to these levels, most likely you see good rejection, but of course price didn't come back and retest those levels, kind of just correctly moved down. So with silver, we have hit those targets there, just unfortunately unable to capitalize on them. I do think we could probably start to see some bullish momentum for silver pretty soon. Reason being, we had a corrective move down, so I'm expecting buys to push price higher. Not sure how far we'll go. We could top out again, form another lower high, and come right back down. On the higher time frames, we are testing a pretty key area of support here on the weekly. As you can see, key support, we're back down there again. Will we reverse? I'm not too sure. I haven't seen the price action yet that tells me we might reverse. Yeah, we might have broken through some structure here on the lower time frames, but nothing too important. We might see another push to the upside for that, but I do think silver is most likely going to come back down again. So for shorts, these areas up here still look good, 22.6 and 22.9. Not too sure if we'll get there though. Not too sure if we'll get there. If we do, we'll be looking to short that back down again and catch the next lower high, because this is our last high the market's made. So I do think we can have pretty big retracement. Some of these areas, not too sure all the way back up to 0.618. But if you can get those pullbacks in, more than happy look to short it back down again. But I'm not looking to do anything here. Price action is just way too corrective for me, so not interested. Thank you so much, Philip, for subscribing. Much appreciated. If you guys are enjoying the channel, the stream, please be sure to subscribe, just like my man Philip there, and drop a like if you haven't done it already as well. Okay, so yeah, so just on silver, USD CAD will take a look as well. HBR, UCHF buy short entry. Are you hedging or something? Buy short. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you've gone long or you're shorting there, or have you done both? Actually, no. I can probably calculate from the TP you've given out. Moch, I think we've had the most subscribers in one session. Yeah, I think we have actually. Think about it now. We probably had the most subscribers. So love to see that, guys. Love to see it. So it's an iconic live stream. I mean, I'll probably check after the stream, but it's probably most likely the most subscribers. At least we've seen from the zombie popping up on the stream at least. So yeah, much appreciated for everyone subscribing, who has subscribed and who has subscribed before as well. Welcome to the fam. Make sure you go check out the Telegram as well down below. Okay, so I'll take a look at USD CAD. Now go into USD CHF for HPR. I will be live again tomorrow as well, so do not miss it out. Same time as usual, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. UK time. So wherever you are in the world, yeah, whenever that is. But yeah, USD CAD I'm still looking at long. So these are still both my levels of entry or levels of interest anyway. I'm not sure if I'll get an entry. We'll have to find out. We've got CAD and USD news coming out shortly, so yeah, things could take off. But these are the areas I'm focusing on for USD CAD. Looking for some buys. Right now, it's moving a little bit correctively, which is good because you had this lovely impulsive move. Now we're going to get the correction, so most likely we'll push off bullish again. So price action is looking really good. I just need price just to come to my levels of interest, and 1.344 and 1.337 is where I'm looking at. So just hoping for a bit more downside for USD CAD, and I'll start looking for some entries. But I do have to pinpoint we do have some news coming out for CAD and dollar, so things could look very, very different in a couple of hours time. You know, we could be trading all the way above here without the retest of either one of these levels, or we could actually break through both of them and be trading down here, and suddenly I'm actually not too confident in the longs anymore. So we'll have to stay reactive. But yeah, USD CAD I'm waiting for some buys. Okay, so HPR, let's go and investigate. Short, okay, you're short. Okay, 0.9234, 0.9234, 0.9234, 0.9234, 0.9234. Okay, so that's around here-ish. Okay, so you're short there. TP where 0.93290, 0.93. Wait. Okay, these are the lower time frames then. 0.92349, 0.92349, so that's right here. And then your TP is 0.93290. Wait. Okay, so you're short. Is your entry 0.93290? Yeah, I'm confused because if you're short, your TP can't be above your entry. So I think maybe your entry is your I think your entry is your TP and the other way around. 0.93290. Actually, no, that can't be it. Wait, 0.93290. Okay, that's up here. Okay, did you enter up there? That's surely a target. Yeah, I'm confused. Can't short here and have a target there. But then, did you short up here? Because if you short up there, then take your target. Or unless you mean long. Like long is buy, short is sell. So assume you're buying. Yeah, assume you're buying. That'll make a lot more sense. So yeah, you see, Jeff, I do have a bullish bias. The price action is a little bit corrective. You know, it's very, very corrective. So it's not particularly too nice for me. So USD CAD is a little bit better, which is why I'm focusing on that one more. But yeah, I do expect USD CHF to start pushing to the upside. It looks like we are finally snapping out of this bearish channel here as well. We did break through the resistance here, see some new highs. I am expecting new higher low to form. Looks like price is holding this level of support, so I do favor more upside for USDCHF. Sells, sure, price had an aggressive move. I don't really favor sales at all, really. So buys do look good. If you can break through this resistance here, it will look even better above 0.92621. But yeah, I do favor more upside for USDCHF. Okay, so I'll take a look at AUSD and then we'll wrap up. Richie, good stuff. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. March, thank you so much as always for moderating. Much appreciated. Anish, I am long on USD from this area. What do you think? Yeah, USD looks good, but it's just not quite in my area. So not that it won't work, but I've got my area there. And also we do have some news coming out later. So, you know, are you willing to hold the trade for news? If you are, then obviously feel free, but you know, there's a good chance we could wick around based on the CAD and dollar news coming up. So it might be a safe bet just to close the trade and wait to enter after the news has come out, just so you're much safer. But yeah, I've got my target just underneath. It could work. We could see price hold that level, but this is definitely my area. And AUSD, I said I'm looking for sales, but of course right now we are still holding on to support. You can see this is a fairly key level here. Resistance, support. So I need price to break underneath, and then I'll start looking for some shorts. But yeah, right now the market is making lower lows and lower highs, so I do like the structure, but I just need price to break through that key level, and then I'll start looking for my pullbacks to short. Yeah, if my analysis serves me correctly, I'm expecting AU to head all the way back down here. So yeah, I'm not too bothered about trying to squeeze some trades up here. I'm just waiting for the next best time to enter. Thank you so much, NXN155, for subscribing. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming onto the stream. I will be live again tomorrow. So again, if you want any more analysis or ask more questions, feel free to pop in live again tomorrow. It'll be same time, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. UK time. Hope to see you all there. If you haven't done already, make sure you do check out the Telegram link in the description to that. If you are looking for a broker, I do have my affiliate link to IC Markets. Feel free to check them out if you want to. But yeah, thank you so much for coming onto the stream, guys. Have a great day. Again, we do have some news coming out later. I'll keep you updated on USD if I do get any trades. But thank you so much for coming to the stream, guys. Anus, thank you so much. Kalmicha, thank you so much for coming to the stream. Richard, thank you so much. NX, what is up? Anus, thank you so much for coming to the stream. McLean, no problem. So yeah, guys, take care. Have a great day. I'll catch you all tomorrow.
Wow.